Good morning, students. I am your history teacher, Snehal teacher. Today, I am going to start the new lesson of history, that is, new kings and kingdoms. The lesson starts with the activity 1, the Maulavian Empire. Students, keep the textbook open in front of you to understand the activity. Now, to read the story, pause the video for a few minutes so that you can answer the questions based on the story. The first question is, would Maulaviya continue to remain united after the death of its emperor? Students, the empire Maulaviya is mentioned in the story, and the king of that Maulaviya empire was Udaivir Singh. After his death, did Maulaviya continue to remain united? How you will give the answer? Yes or no? No. The Maulaviya didn't continue to remain united after the death of its emperor, Udaivir Singh. Second question is, which two problems do you think the people of Maulaviya might be facing? There may be no one to take care of the day-to-day problems faced by the people of Maulaviya. There might be some invasions from other kingdoms that the people of the Maulaviya couldn't stop. Question number 3 is, what were the kings of the smaller kingdoms under Maulaviya planning? They were planning to occupy some areas of Maulaviya and declare their independence. Question number 4 is, how will this change the political situation of Maulaviya? Any guesses? Yes, Maulaviya may get divided into many smaller kingdoms as there were no successor of Udaivir Singh. What we have understood by this activity? At the beginning, we have come to know that Manjul is reading story of the Emperor Udaivir Singh of Maulaviya Empire. But after his death, there were no successful rulers to rule the kingdom. Therefore, small kingdom who unified to make the kingdom, Maulaviya, again these rulers started conspiring to fulfill their own interests. The empire Maulaviya faced this kind of a situation after Udaivir Singh. Similar situation was faced by after the death of the king Harshvardhan. It happened in the mid of 7th century, 647 CE. Harshvardhan's empire had spread in large part of northern India, means he ruled northern India. After his death, the kingdom was divided into many small regional kingdoms. And kings of these kingdoms had always fight among each other to conquer more and more areas under their control. Like North, the regional kingdoms of the south were also engaged in the battles to get connected to large river areas. Why river areas? Because the land were fertile and made a way for important trade routes. Therefore, boundaries of the kingdom always change. What happened after these struggles, after these fights among themselves? After this struggle, many regional powers emerged between 8th and 12th centuries. They had their own social and political structure. How did new dynasties emerge? Students, you must be knowing the meaning of a dynasty. It is a line of hereditary rulers of the country, rulers from the same family. The 7th century saw the rise of chieftains or landlords, which were known as samantas or subordinates, in different parts of the subcontinent. They help in the administration of the region, attend their court, and provide military support. These works were expected by the rulers. They were also expected to bring tributes for the king. In due course of time, they acquire power and wealth and asserted their independence to establish their own kingdoms. Means after working as samantas, they started to establish their own kingdoms. These powerful samantas declare themselves as Mahasamantas or Mahamandaleshwaras, the great lord of a circle or region, as they were more powerful and declare their independence from their overlords. Lord is a person who has authority, control, or power over others, such as rulers, chiefs. For instance, Dantidurga defeated the Chalukyas and laid the foundation of the Rashtrakut dynasty. Who was Dantidurga? Unlike most of the kings, Dantidurga was a non-Kshatriya by birth. What did he do to become a Kshatriya? He performed a ritual like Hiranyagarbha Mahadan. Where did he perform? At Ujjaini. Brahmanas helped the rulers who wanted to perform a ritual Hiranyagarbha, which means the golden womb. Why it was named as the golden womb? Because the rulers who wanted to become a Kshatriya, they considered themselves as they had taken birth again, even if he was not one by birth. Event considered significant, important. Why it considered significant or important? Because it established a tradition. What kind of a tradition? That a person need not to be born as Kshatriya to become a ruler. By performing a ritual Hiranyagarbha Mahadana, it was possible for a non-Kshatriya to become a Kshatriya. No need to be a Kshatriya by birth for the ruler. Students, hope you have understood what I have taught to you today. If you have understood it better, the 3 questions are given of your textbook page number 12. The first question is, who were the Samantas? Second, what was their role? The third is, name the titles that powerful Samantas took. All the 3 questions answers you will get easily after reading these 2 pages, page number 11 and 12 of this lesson, New Kings and Kingdoms. No need to write the answers of these questions in your notebooks, but you can underline the answers of these questions in your textbook.